his contribution focused on engineering education, blockchain, and data sciences. His academic degrees and 12 years of experience working as a faculty in a global university like VIT University, Vellore, which definitely has made him more receptive and prominent in his domain. He does have 200 plus high impact factor papers in Springer, Elsevier, and IIT. He has done more than 50 edited and authored books and collaborated with eminent professors across the world from top QS ranked university. Professor has served as up to various positions and as associate professor in a stint of 12 years of experience with VIT University, Vellore. He has completed his bachelor's, master's, and doctorate from top premium institutions from India. His passion in teaching and adapts different design thinking principles while delivering his lectures. Also, Professor has published 30 plus books on various technologies and has visited 15 plus countries for his technical course. He has several top-notch conferences in his resume and has published over 200 of quality journal and conferences and book chapters together. He serves in the advisory committee for several startups and forums and does consultancy work for industry on industrial IoT. He has given over 175 talks in various events and symposium. He's currently working as a professor and chief research coordinator at Galgotias University. Also, in this profile, he teaches faculty and students about research and does research on blockchain and IoT. Today, we have with us Professor, and Sir will be talking about the book chapters, books, and book proposals. That's all from my side. Over to you, Professor.
Thank you, Professor Vandana, for your kind words. So let's go for the session. We are in day 5, and we are in session 1 of day 5. So as we have already mentioned, we made sure that all the sessions as mentioned in the brochure are being done. So we have separated each of the days into a particular topic. So today we are into an assorted topic where we'll be talking about books, book chapters, book proposal, edited books, monograph, focus book, all this stuff. Who have to do a book and why they have to do a book? Who have to write a book chapter? How different is a book chapter from a journal article? How it is different from conference article? How to communicate with the publisher? Is it okay to do a book with an Indian publishing company, or it is okay to do with an international publishing company? So for all this, I'll be giving you answer. So initially, let me talk about what is the difference between a book which is edited and which is authored. So let me say that. For that, I will take you to Google. Okay, so in order to find books, you have to go to a site called Google Books, which everybody of you know. So Google Books is a site where they can get to know about different types of books available. Okay, so if I want to find a book on blockchain, so let me put blockchain and go for a book on it. So here it is. So you can see the preview of the book. You can see the table of contents of the book, and you can also understand what is a book is about. So let's take this book. So this is a book that has been published in 2018, and the name of the book is Blockchain Revolution: How the Technology Began Bitcoin and Cryptocurrencies Works. So there is another book by name, The Business Blockchain: Promise, Practice, and Applications. So like that you can see, and you can also filter it according to the years. or according to the documents. Got it? So when I go for this kind of book like Blockchain Blueprint for a New Economy, it is made for a particular audiences. So it might be made for people from IT company, or it is particularly made for student, or it is particularly made for teachers as a reference book so that they will read it and go to the class to teach it better. Or it can be a comprehensive book which can be used for test book as well as a reference book as well as a research oriented book. So books are all of different types. So you have to make sure that you categorize the books into different types and you will be able to read it. Okay, so let's go for this book. So you can see here, this is a book that was written, uh, cryptocurrencies and blockchain technological applications. Okay, got it. So you can go to the table of contents. You can see that there is a part one, part two, part three, they have divided. And if you go for part one, in part one, you have a chapter. The name of the chapter is Blockchain, a New Era of Technology. Now you can see there is entirely different types of authors in this book. Like you have Guru Raj, Manoj, Professor Aswin, Professor Abhishek, all the people. And they have written this chapter. And when I go down, it is another chapter is there. It is Blockchain in 5G. It is written by Mahesh Kumar, Rajesh Kumar, Godwin, and other people. You can see, like each of, see, I have also written a chapter, blockchain in social networking. Some we have written with my friends. Okay, so like you can see, each of the chapters has been written by a different set of people. So you can see here. So what it does means is like this is a book. Uh, this name of this book is called as an edited book. So what it does mean is, so we will there will be a particular set of people. In this case, who are the set of people? You can see it is this book is under the name of. You can see this book is under the name of Gulshan Srivastav, Dak Knowing Lee, and Kavita Sharma. Okay, so three people have togetherly edited the book. So what do you mean by edited book is? So I will be making a table of contents, and after that I will be flooding the table of contents to other people, and those who are interested in writing few chapters in the book, they will be consuming an idea and they'll be writing for it. After that, the three people who are called here as editors, they will be collecting all the chapters written by multiple authors and they will be consolidating it. They will be doing a review process like how it happens in a conference. So they will be consolidating all the content, giving a lot of reviews and comments and a lot of changes to the contents. And after that, they will make sure like the corrections are being done by the authors and they'll be compiling it and they'll be sending to the publisher. Here the publisher is Wiley. So they'll be sending to the Wiley persons and the Wiley persons will be making sure this book comes out in the market. So this is the process of edited book. Okay. So what is the TOC that has to be written? I will explain you. Okay. So for that, I will be taking to some sample book proposals. So there is a myth that only people who have completed doctorate can do the book. It is not like that. Anybody who doesn't have doctorate can also do that. Okay. I'm going to show you a sample proposal. So here you can see there is a sample proposal written by some people. So usually when you go for a book proposal, they'll be asking the editor's name, the address, email ID, affiliation, and they'll be asking you what kind of work you are going to do. Here they have listed multiple works. they have asked whether you are going to write a monograph. So let me explain here what is a monograph. If you have a particular concept and you want to talk on the concept, or you want to share some knowledge on the concept, then that content can be converted into a monograph. So it is like, if I want to say something like on the applications of uh, cryptocurrencies in share market for Asian, South Asian countries. So it is a particular topic. There is an implementable topic. So when I want to talk upon it, then I will go for monograph. Second thing is edited volume. As I already told you, edited volume is multiple authors come together to share their content or crowdsource their content into a digest, and that is called as edited volume. So anybody can write an edited volume. They can write few chapters, or they can edit some content and make it into a book. That is also possible. The third thing is test book, which we all were reading in our UG and PG. So test book will not be having any research oriented content. Maybe they will be having few of it, or 10 to 20% of it. But otherwise it will be having, giving more of fundamental ideas of the domain. Okay, so you have something called fundamentals. So if I take computer networking, I'll be talking about what is computer network, what are the layers of computer networks, all this stuff. If I'm talking about any other subject, I'll be just talking what are the fundamentals of it, how it can be gone. So there might be additional units that can be talking about research and other things. So test book is something like that. So usually test books are written for a particular syllabus of an university, or combination of syllabus of multiple universities. So when you are writing a test book, the publisher will ask, so what are the universities that might be using this book when it is out on the stands? So how much of syllabus coverage you have done for a particular university? They'll be asking you this question. After that, there is something called handbook. Handbook is mostly a hard-bounded a reference book, so which is written for multiple amount of books combined into one. Like if I want to write about a complete survey or review of a particular topic, then I can turn into a handbook. Then there is something called dissertation, like when you go for dissertation, like what it will be doing is, like if you have your PhD thesis done, that can also be converted into a book. It can be converted into a volume. So they have asked other things also. So we will stick only with this type of box. So you can see here we have checked the box edited volume. So they are asking what is the estimated number of pages. So it can be like how many pages. If there are 10 units and each of them are writing up to 30 pages, so you have to just get 350 pages. Got it? So like that. So how many tables are there, how many paragraphs are there? So what is that this content will have? Whether it will contain a preface, yes; introduction, yes; index, yes. It will be having glossary of terms. All that will be submitted. So after that, they have asked a question: what is the description of this book? Okay, so we have to write in a very novel way that what is that this book is going to solve. So we have a lot of things to write. So here we have written basically what is this concept is about. So what are the other things that can be expected? So how this book is unique, that's the important point we have to write. So it should be unique in certain factors. So what are the uniqueness you can give it to a book is, it can be like, if I say like I'm going to have more diagrams or more illustration, like you can see my screen still now also screen, what is that? Got it? So I was showing you this form. So where we asked the author to write the name, address, email ID, affiliation, and we have different types of books. So monograph, edited volume, test books, handbook, dissertation, conference proceedings, and others. So in that we have spoken about all that, and they are asking about the estimated number of pages, and I have told about number of pages, number of tables, all that. Then what are the things that will be contained in the book? We have told, yeah, every book must be having preface, which will be mentioning about what is the book is about, then introduction, index, and glossary of terms. Then we have to write about description of the book. So when I go for description of the book, it does mean that like I'm writing about the book. So I was talking about the uniqueness of a book. For example, a book can have more of illustration that will make sure the understandability by the author will be better. Or I can say that it will be having more of project oriented things, that once you read this book you will be able to do multiple projects. Or I can say it will be having content taken mostly from IEEE journals, or it will be taken from introductions of multiple journals, so it will be having a solid contents. Or I can say that the book is written in such a way that it will be even understandable by people with like even by slow learners. So I have written it in a simple way. So like that, we have to give a uh, unique conditions for the book, and what are the things that will be found like throughout the book. So we have to make sure this is being focused while doing the book also. After that, you can see we have written the table of contents and short description for each of the chapters. So you can see we have written, this is the TOC that is prepared for River Publisher. So that is one particular publisher. I will show about the River Publisher also. So River Publisher is a publisher who publish all these chapters in IEEE Explore. So let me go for it. Okay, so I'm going to this River Publisher. So clicking upon it. This is basically based on Denmark, and it's a very good publisher. Anybody can use it. So here, once I go to the site, I'm going to the series. So there is something called book series, which we are going to target. So I'm clicking upon the book series. Once I click on the book series, I'll be getting all department series. Like I have got applied sciences, biosciences, energy, social sciences. And you can see that all the books that has been given here are published in Scopus. They have given the Scopus of logo. Okay, so if you have any new book idea, you can click this and you can fill this. They have given very plainly. So you have to first come find out what is the book series you are going to do book for, and what is the contact, what is the name, phone number, and they have asked you to do a message. After that, they will be giving you a call and you will be able to write it. So I'm going back to the book series page. So if I want to do a book on social sciences and management science in particular, so I'm going to click upon it. So you can see the complete scope of the book series. Okay, so you can see the complete scope of the book series. Like, it is, the book series is being holded by some two people from Portugal and one from Netherlands. Okay, and they have given you perfectly that all the books will be indexed in Scopus and Web of Science book citation index also. So if you want to do a book on this particular topic, like human resource management, socio-technological, technical, social system change, large-scale system in human and societal context, interdisciplinary management, knowledge management, all this stuff, then you can have, if you have an idea for this kind of things to be done, then you can click upon this new book idea and you can start filling it. You can also see the other books that has come out of this series. Got it? Other books from River Publishing series that has come on management sciences and engineering. So hopefully you would have understood this. Now let's go back to our TOC. So while writing table of contents, you have to make sure that the topic you are choosing should be very novel. So how to choose a novel topic? So we'll go for it. So for example, if I'm from computer science, if I'm just typing computer science, like latest trends, So if I'm doing this, so when I'm clicking this, there are websites that define what are the different trends are available in computer science. So here, if you click, you can find out the trends of computing science for 2022. So you can find the trends are like Internet of Behaviors, total experience, privacy enhanced computation, distributed cloud, anywhere operation, cyber security mesh. So they have given AI engineering. So usually you should be doing on a futuristic topic. So why is that I'm going to choose a futuristic topic is when you are going to start writing the proposal, it will take almost 2 to 3 months for the book proposal to be accepted. After that, collecting the chapters or writing the book, if it is an authored book, it will easily take 6 months. So after that, publishing process, editing process, all that will take its own time. So when this happens, what is that? It will possibly take almost 1 year after we choose the topic. So once we choose a futuristic topic, even if it is taking more than 1 year, we will be able to still do justice to our book because it will be as fresh when it comes out in the stands. So we have to choose the topic very sincerely. So that has to be done with lot of care. Got it? Now you can see the chapter topic. Okay, so like I have chosen the book title, book topic. Now what we are going to do is we are going to make 10 to 15 units out of the book. So if you are making on multiple topics, you can divide that whole book into parts. So it can have part 1, part 2, or part 3. So when you have part 1, it does mean that part 1 will be particular to a theme. Okay, let me give an example of my own book. So I will go for it. So if you take a book called Convergence of Blockchain, Artificial Intelligence, and IoT. So that's a book. Okay, I'm going for this. So I'm just clicking on this. So you can see this book is having a convergence of multiple topics. You can see like it has taken me to books.google.com. This is one book that was also edited by me. You can see here. So you can see the content. So initially, like we have divided that into 3 parts. So it is like first we are talking about the 3 of it together. After that, we are talking more upon blockchain. Then we are talking upon like AI for 3 units, then IoT for 3 units, and how this can combine together and it will be able to do some justice in terms of concept and challenges. Okay, so we have done. So when you have this kind of multiple topics, you can divide the book into parts, part 1 or part A, B, or C. Inside that, you have inside part 1, you can have unit 1, unit 2, unit 3, unit 4, and after that, 4 units for part B and 4 units for part C. So that is how it will work. Got it? So, like here you can see we have done what is the title of the book here. When you want to see know the title of the book, we have written here Emerging Technologies and Adoption Strategies in Insurance Sector. So this is what we have written. So you can see we have first introduced what are the different technologies that can be used in insurance sector. So how it can be transformed if it is manually used or manually done. So how it can be used. So how a big data application can be useful for insurance sector. How you are going to redefine the insurance business. So we have written like that. Then predictive analytics and AI, technology adoption strategies in insurance sector. Got it? So health insurance, innovation and risk management. So like that, many things are here. So we have written each one as a topic. So they have also asked about the keywords that can be used. So we have written all the keywords. This has also to be particularly used, like insurance services, insurance penetration, insurance density, all this stuff. Okay, so then who are the audiences? They have asked us a question. Who are the audiences? So I have written that The audience of the book will be UG or PG students, academic researchers, master degree holders. Secondary audience will be researchers, academicians, faculties, scientists, technologists, technology specialists, business management. We have written like that. So, is there any other books related to this book in the market? For that question, we have written, yeah, we do have a lot of academic market opportunities because already there are good books available with other publisher. So we have given the reference of it. And they have asked about USP. So USP means what is the unique selling points. Got it? So we have said that we have made it in a way that it can be used by everyone, and it gives more of implementation related orientation. So now once this is being done, it will be much better for us to understand. Okay, so we have written three key features of this book. So we have said that it focuses on modern risk analysis and management catastrophic risk. Highlights the remarkable impact of telematics, and it pays attention to the role of technology. Okay, so we have also written the competitive titles that are available related to the books, and we have written there are 7 books that are already available. So big data for insurance company, fundamental aspects of operational risk and insurance analytics, big data for insurance company, it's written by somebody else, like that. Okay, course title we have also mentioned, UG/PG level. Okay, and they have also asked you a list of reviewers. Okay, so we have given reviewers, and reviewers should be from outside the country. And after this, they have already given uh, like um, they have given the email ID where you have to send it. Okay, so if you want to become author, also you can click. Got it? Okay. So, and the forms can be downloaded. I went for the authors, and here you can see book proposal form can be downloaded from this links. So they have given in PDF, Word, a zip file also, and they have also whatever I have said they have given as an instruction, but it will be very hard to understand unless somebody explains you how to fill the proposal. Okay, and they have given all the formats and you can do. This is with one publisher river. So if I'm going for another publisher, for example, Springer, if I'm going, that is also one top publisher for a book series. So if I'm just typing Springer book series, you can find out a lot of book series out of Springer. Okay, so let me go for an example. I'm going for a Springer series in statistics. So statistics is a subject that is not only used by mathematicians, but it's also used by people from computing science who are working in data science and artificial intelligence, people from management and people from psychology, people from physics, chemistry also, they use a lot of statistics by means of using Markov chain analysis, stochastic model, like that. So this is a common book series that where we can do a lot of things related to statistics, or we can not only talk about statistical theory, but we can also talk about application related concepts of thing. So we can find out what are the different books that has been done. Okay, so then only you'll be able to understand what is the taste of the editor, and you'll be able to communicate in the right thing. And you can see that this book is not abstracted in Scopus, though it is Springer. Many of them think that by default all the Springer books are Scopus. No, not at all. Whenever somebody starts a book series, it will take at least 2 or 3 years for them to get into Scopus. After that, they will be going for book citation index. So, like how you have SCI, you also have for book. Okay, I will show you the site. Okay, so this is how you have to write a book proposal. This is one sample proposal which I have shown. Okay, now let me go for a chapter explaining how to write a book chapter and how it differs from if the manuscript you are like writing for a paper for journal or a short paper for conferences. What is the difference? Okay, so I will show you a real chapter that was written. Okay, so this is one chapter that was written. Let me check it. Okay, let me show how a book chapter is reviewed first. Okay, so this is a review form of Emerald. That is a publisher. Like, so you can see what are the criteria they are looking for when you're writing a book chapter. Like they will be saying whether the statement of problem or purpose is correct or wrong, or is there any value you are adding to the existing literature, and how it is relevant to the topic, because you are going to write within a topic of the book, and what is the importance of the topic. So then what is that you are contributing to the literature, which I have told first. So, and how this book chapter is being organized. People write a lot of short good comments and contents, but they may not be knowing how to organize in a way so that the reader will feel easy to read, or the understanding of the content will be much better. So now after that, you can see how you can draw and build relevant literature, and what is the methodology, research methodology you have followed for it. So is there particular discussion of the topic that is given in the book chapter, or the how the conclusion is done. Okay, it's like how the conclusion is being carried out properly, and what are the like mechanics that are used in the book. So after that, whether to accept it, reject it, or revise and resubmit it. Okay, got it. So you have to see to the factor while writing the book. That is very important for you. Got it. So like this is a sample book chapter. It's a very short book chapter that has been written. Usually book chapter has to be written for more than 20 pages. What you can see here. So what is that? It has been stated as a study on Twitter sentiment analysis that happened during Tokyo 2020 Olympic. Okay, so it also has an abstract. So whenever you are doing a book chapter, like you have to make sure that you are writing an abstract and you are sending it first. So the first abstract will be reviewed and then only you will be allowed to write a book chapter. Okay, so then after the introduction is more like how you write for a journal paper. There is not much of change. Literature review is also same, but when you go for after that research methodology, usually in your journal papers, what you will be writing is you'll be going for multiple finding. So you'll be giving depth to a particular topic and you will be converging towards it. But in case of the book chapter, I'm not saying you should write shallow, but you have to make sure like you write it horizontally. Means you have to, it will be you have to concentrate more on the coverage of the topic rather than writing on a particular topic or converting it into a project level. Okay, so that has to be made sure. So like you have to make sure like you write on a particular topic in a horizontal way and write more about it. So that is what you have to concentrate. So if you want to implement something, yeah, you can still implement, but you have to make sure you discuss more on the content. And each of the book chapter must be having certain elements that are very mandatory, like graphs. Like you can, whenever you want to compare something, you have to go for table and graphs. And you have to have a framework or a model diagram. Like whenever you feel like there are a lot to explain, but you have constraint of pages, then you have to go for a particular way by which you will be able to illustrate it. So an illustration is like equivalent to writing 10 to 15 pages. And then like you have to go for some results. Okay, so whenever you go for a publisher like Elsevier, Springer, or Emerald, they look for some better content. And the language part, you have to make sure you write in a very good language. So in case you have trouble with language, at least try to use some alternate tools like Grammarly or other open source grammar tools, which will be helping you to make sure you are writing at least not in a wrong fashion. So that's very important. Once the language is corrected to some extent, you will be able to get it accepted, because multiple, most of the book publisher are from other places, so means outside India. So they expect that kind of standards from you. Okay, so this is about book chapter. So what is the difference between book chapter and reference like papers and other thing is, like you have to make sure you write on a concept, but like you should not be writing that as a project, or you should not converge on a particular topic. Rather, you have to write. So let me go for another Elsevier. I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to a page where you'll be getting all the book series of Elsevier. So you have in this page A to Z book series of Elsevier. So Elsevier mostly work on healthcare type of thing, or more of life sciences, physical sciences, and they do also have social sciences and humanities, but they have more of it. So you have to make sure, even if I'm working on blockchain, I have to connect healthcare towards it if you want to find out or do some books in Elsevier. Okay, so if I go for blockchain applications in healthcare environment, then it might be possible for me to get. So, okay, so whenever I click on some pages of the book series, I will be knowing what is the book like that is expecting, or who are the audiences, what is the aim and scope of the book, so I can easily find out. And they always have given a book propose. So when I go for a book proposal, they have given in a document, and I can click open it. So you can see the book proposal form. Almost all the book proposal form will be similar. So here you can see the Elsevier's book proposal form. Working title, keywords, authors or editors information, primary audiences, secondary audience, background and purpose, benefits to audience, competition, table of contents, and publishing timeline, which we already have explained. So then they have asked about the specifications of the book, how many pages, number of illustrations, figures, and if there is any multimedia content. So then you have been asked about the reviewer. So it's all the same thing they have asked. Got it? And they have also given you the contact of acquisition editor. Okay, so they have given the email ID and all that stuff where you can communicate. All right, I hope you understood this. And if I'm going for some other series, you can find out the list. All the book series list can be found out. Got it? So this is basically about what is, I have told you the difference between the books like monograph, edited books, authored books, and what is a book chapter and how it is has to be written and how it can be communicated. And also see for indexing. And for example, if you want to at a short, you have to find out all the book series. I will give you a site. So once you go to this site, you can go for search. So you should know on what particular area you are going to work. Okay, so I'm going for ranking. So here I'm going to collect the subject areas. So imagine I'm going to work on computer science. All right, and in that I want to work on a particular topic. Okay, so then I have to find out what are the different types are there. I'm going for book series. Got it? So I get all the book series that are available in computer science from here. And even book series are have categories into Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. You can see that. Okay, let me click upon this. Synthesis lectures in computer science. It's a book series. So this has been published by Morgan and Claypool Publishers, one of the renowned publisher for book series. So I'm just going to the page. Got it? So now you can find out the different profiles, what is being asked, and it is mostly on general computer science. Okay, got it. So that's it for my session. So I think you have to fill the feedback form. Thank you, Andanama. Over to you.
Thank you, Professor Bala. It was a very informative session in which you have explained how to write a book proposal. You have simply explained it with the help of a template, a real-time template. Thank you so much. We are now open for the question answer round. If you have any questions for Professor Bala, you may ask. You may ask those questions in the chat window. So, Professor Bala, the session was self-explanatory and there are no questions from the audience. And as Sir has already shared his details, all who are interested in writing book definitely may contact Sir. Thank you so much, Professor.
Thank you, ma'am.
So we have a question from Dr. Ashok Kumar. I have a lot of experience in writing book, but how can I publish book in Springer journals, sir? Professor Bala?
So, Professor Ashok, you have a lot of contents and you want to publish a book with Springer. Yeah. Then for that, as I told, you have to go to the Springer website. And Springer has a lot of book series. So you should know what your content will fit into. So you have to find out that series. And once you go to that page, you'll be getting the series editor's email ID. Don't hesitate to mail him with an abstract of your content. So you can say that I already have written and I have this much amount of contents. And you just need to communicate. And after that, there will be a series of conversation which will lead to publishing. So first thing is you have to communicate as you have already written the content. So there might be some possibility of fine tuning your content as per the likings of Springer, or they will have a particular taste. Springer books have a particular kind of flavor. So they may ask your content to be changed to the flavor with multiple revisions given. So my answer is you can go to Springer series page and then communicate with the acquisition editor.
I hope you got the answer, Dr. Ashok Kumar. Okay. Any other question from the audience? We are open for the questions here. Thank you so much, sir. Most of the audience have actually been very happy with the content that you have shared. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So we'll be having our next session. Please join us for the valedictory at 1:50 sharp. We'll be sharing the overall feedback link in that valedictory session, and definitely your certificates will be generated on the basis of that. So please, all the audience, make sure that you join the valedictory session sharp at 1:50. And third session at 2:30 p.m. Thank you so much. Thank you.